Are you stubborn enough to be a writer? There are days it feels smooth as silk to lay words down on paper or the screen, but other days will test your will to live. Hello and welcome back to my writing journey. I'm Byerrum, a former Washington, D.C. reporter and author of books and various plays and short stories. Like you, I'm working to finish another book right now, the sequel to Crook Tales for Two, and I really am loving it, but it's hard to get the time. In these videos, I comment on writing, news about the industry, and some other issues that occur to me, maybe gossip, maybe despair. If that sounds of interest to you, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and give this video a like. And ring the silly bell to be notified of new videos. They aren't my rules, they are YouTube's rules. I am filming this on January 20th, 2025, Inauguration Day in the U.S., where it's apparently perfectly acceptable not to put your hand on the Bible where you swear an oath, or some other holy book. It is a very hard day for me to write. It is bitter cold out there, a mere 5 degrees with ice and snow, an apt metaphor for this day, for a cold, cruel world, not to mention all those who flaunt their sub-zero IQs. It is also Martin Luther King Day observed, leaving us a small portion of light in a dark day. Now I know I cannot abandon my writing today. I cannot give in to the despair I feel because it would give someone else an undeserved victory. It makes me value the art of being stubborn. If you are a writer, you should feel things and you should put them into context. Write them into your stories. You're not a computer, so yes, feel it all, but don't let it conquer you. Save those feelings for your writing. There are days when bile crawls up your throat and the words won't come, and you cannot think for the anger you feel. I felt that way 8 years ago, and it took months to take up my pen with regularity. This time, I swear the world and all the devils dancing in hell and Congress and the authors of Project 2025 will not stop me. So, am I stubborn enough to continue to write? Yes, I am. But I am often surprised that people who I thought would be well-known writers turned out not to be. They gave it up early. When I was in journalism school, I met a few people who I thought would be stars in the newspaper firmament and beyond. But they quit before that could happen. One woman had an impressive newspaper internship, but as soon as it was over, she decided to quit journalism and join the J.C. Penney management program. Thankfully, J.C. Penney is still in business. Another woman who I knew, who was fossil with adjectives and always wrote longer stories despite everyone else, had a brief job in a newspaper but quit because there was no money in it. I only heard sporadically about her after that, and I don't think she ever found that pot of gold or success she was looking for. But there are a few success stories as well. I knew a guy named Carl, I can't remember your last name, Carl, who moved on to D.C., and he became a well-known journalist. But he was to the pen born. His father was a writer in Washington, so it helps to be geared that way and to have a family to support you. But there won't be many more disappointed would-be writers from my university, which I will not name. The university I attended killed the journalism program, and apparently the school, and wrapped it up into the School of Communications, just when honest, fact-based journalism is needed more than ever. So tell me what communications is supposed to mean, especially when it seems like nobody seems to know how to write a news story anymore. 5 W's, anybody? But communications? What is that? In most cases, no one is asking you to be a writer, whether a novelist, a journalist, a scribbler of jingles. Most people don't even understand how writing happens. No one ever encouraged me to be a writer, not my teachers, not my friends, and certainly not my family. But that made me even more stubborn. Sometimes it's best to keep your dreams to yourself rather than have them shot down. And a thoughtless comment in a critique group can stop you cold. I know people who it did stop cold, And I once had a play, a funny one-act, called Interviewing Techniques for the Self-Conscious, which featured a job interview, two people, and their alter egos. Another playwright told me I didn't have enough of an idea for a play. That stopped me for a while, but I stubbornly returned to that play, and it was produced many times, to my satisfaction. Would-be writers can be felled by rejection. I know a few who stopped writing after a single rejection. And rejection hurts, but if you get enough rejections, which is a part of life, you realize it may just be their loss and your gain. As a playwright, I learned that saying no to a bad deal is one of the strongest tools you have. Rejection can make you stubborn and strong, so stubborn that you keep at the writing business. There's tenacity and dedication, but nothing beats sheer stubbornness for simply charging through the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune thrown your way. Every time I get a particularly stupid rejection or comment, you might say I get my Irish up. Then you're lucky my heritage is only about 30% Irish. But I'm also part Viking and French. Beware, be afraid, and be stubborn. Today, this week, and this year may be extra challenging for a lot of us. So let me recommend reading something fun. The Mask of the Red Dress from my Crime of Fashion series. It's all about spies, lies, and a dangerous red dress. Warning, there's a Russian spy who I think is a truly fun character, and I plan to bring him back someday. Read it and stay away from windows. That's all I have for now. Keep on writing. Your stubbornness is a blessing. And mine. And I will see you next time. Bye.